Hello students, in this video we will learn about tissues, types of tissues and plant tissues in detail. What is a tissue? A group of cells that is similar in structure and work together to achieve a particular function forms a tissue. There are groups of cells which carry out special functions. For example, all cells of type A carry out process of respiration and cells of type B carry out process of digestion. What are these groups of cells called? Do they have a specific name? Yes. Each cluster of cells is called a tissue and each tissue carries out a specific function. Such organisms with tissues are called multicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, the tissues are placed at specific location to carry out specific functions. This is called division of labor in organisms. Few examples of tissues in human body are muscle tissue, which helps in contraction and relaxation of body. Blood tissue, which helps in transport of nutrients, hormones and waste material. Blood is a type of connective tissue of the human body. Let us look at plants. Do you think plants have tissues? Are the plants and animal tissues similar? Do you think plants need same tissue as humans? Logically, plants do not have same tissues as humans, but plants have tissues. Let us see what is the difference between plant and animal tissues. Do plants move one place to another like animals do? No, plants are stationary, means non-motile. Plants have mostly dead tissues because plants need mechanical support and they do not need living tissues. Plant tissues also need little maintenance. Then what about animals? Animals move from one place to another. So animals have living tissues. Now let us know about plant tissues in detail. Plant tissues are mostly divided into two groups. The first one is meristematic tissue and the second one is permanent tissue. Firstly, let us learn about meristematic tissue. In our body, growth is uniform. That means all parts of body grow uniform. But in plants, growth is observed only in certain regions. The reason for this is the tissues that are responsible for the growth in plants are located only in certain parts of plants. This special tissue is called meristematic tissue. Do you know the location of meristematic tissues in plants? The meristematic tissues of plants are classified into three types depending upon its location. They are apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. The first one we will come to know about apical meristem. This meristematic tissue is present at the growing tips of stem and root. This tissue helps the stem and root to increase their growth lengthwise. Lateral meristem. This meristematic tissue is found in the core cambium and vascular cambium of plants. This lateral meristem helps the plant to increase their girth. Intercalary meristem. This meristem is mostly found in monocot plants like grass. This tissue found at the base of leaf and base of nodes. Now let us know about characteristics of meristematic tissue. The cells of meristematic tissue are very active. They have dense cytoplasm and have a big prominent nucleus. The cell wall of these cells is thin. Now let us know about permanent tissues in plants. Do you know how the permanent tissue are formed in plants? We learned about meristematic tissue, which is a dividing tissue, that is The cells of meristematic tissue divides continuously. If these cells stop dividing and take specific shape and specific function and forms permanent tissue. So, permanent tissue are formed by the differentiation of meristematic tissue. Do you know what is differentiation? The process in which unspecialized cells become specialized cells. We can compare the unspecialized cells as students of a medical college or university. After their graduation, they may take up a specialization and become a specialist. In the same way, the young, immature, and unspecialized meristematic cells get differentiated into permanent tissue with their specific functions. So, the process of young, immature, unspecialized cells taking up a permanent shape, size, and a specific function is called differentiation. Let us know about simple permanent tissue. It is of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Firstly, characteristics of parenchyma tissue. The cells of parenchyma tissue are thin-walled, they are living cells and they are loosely packed and have intracellular spaces between the cells. Do you know the functions of parenchyma tissue? The cells of parenchyma tissue present in leaves consist of chloroplast and helps in photosynthesis. In such cases, the kind of parenchyma is called chlorenchyma. Parenchyma makes the plant float in aquatic plants. Large air cavities are present in parenchyma, which helps the plant to float on water. This parenchyma is called arenchyma. Second type of simple permanent tissue is collenchyma. Characteristics of collenchyma. The cells of collenchyma are living cells. They are elongated cells with irregular thickening at the corners. The intercellular space between the cells of collenchyma is very less. And now let us see the functions of collenchyma. It gives flexibility to the plant parts like tendrils and stems of climbers without breaking. It also provides mechanical support. Third type of simple permanent tissue is sclerenchyma. Characteristics of sclerenchyma. The cells of sclerenchyma are long, narrow and dead. The cell walls are thick due to the presence of lignin compound. Due to thick cell wall, there is very less space between the cells. This tissue is located around the vascular bundles in the stems and veins of the leaf. It is also located in covering of seeds and nuts. The covering on the coconut, that is coconut husk, is made up of sclerenchymatous tissue. Functions of sclerenchyma. It provides mechanical strength to the plant. This tissue makes the plant parts hard and stiff. So this is all about simple permanent tissues in plants. Thank you, students.